serious glitch in the matrix.
It's a difficult one, man. These things are out of your control, innit?
I just took a pill and I'm waiting.
There can't be 6 of us, 4 black guys. They're gonna be scared, bro. Welcome to my life.
Lit now, I think that this bitch is amazing.
Hey, God. What like voices? So listen, people say it's too early for what's happening. It's never too early. Let me get my noodles, man. Now 8 a.m. having wasabi. It's never too early, man.
I slightly regret this one, you know. I slightly regret having noodles because your one has much bare flavour, man. But as black people, we have rice too much. Hello? Yeah, you can. My cleaner's actually going to be going there in a few hours anyway. But yeah, no, it's fine. You can shut it. All right, then. Thank you, mate. Cheers. That's the guy doing the FRA. Sam, let me just taste one of them. Cheers. Add some flavour. Add some flavour to my ramen. You want to try some ramen? It's healthy though. Cool, so right now we're at my development project, which is about a 2-hour journey. I'm gonna take you around, see this project, builders are on site, and then afterwards we got a meeting with the neighbours there because there's been issues with their house. Essentially, when the roof wasn't put up, because it was raining, there was a gap from the difference in the bricks, and that led to leak coming on their property. So for the past 2 months, it's been a bit damp. Yeah, and obviously they've had to have a humidifier for the past about 2 months, and it's been causing a lot of issues. They've been spending way too much money on utilities, obviously because of the humidifier, so they want us to come in. I came in before, spoke to them, seems like it hasn't gone better, but yeah, man, we'll just check the site. Last time I came here was about a month. I like to try and come here once a month, but yeah, we'll check the site. This is a 3-bed that's going to be converted to an 8-bed, God willing. Obviously there's been mad delays with planning, but we know definitely you can go to a 6-bed, but the main aim is for an 8-bed to maximize valuation. So yeah, come through. This place is taking mad shape. This place is taking mad shape. So obviously you can see the ensuites forming and the bedrooms. In this area, the property is going to rent out like mad. Compared to the first HMO project that we've done, this one's completely different because the tenant demand is crazy. Every single HMO in this area, all rooms gone straight because there's a massive project nearby that's going to be going on for the next 5 years or so. But yeah, it's nice to see that it's taking shape. The builders, I can't lie, the builders are doing their job. I think normally, when you find builders that you never worked with before, you can be kind of scared, innit? These lot, I can't lie, they do their thing, they're good. Bedrooms are all good sizes, man. All good sizes, double beds, all en suites. The builders are going through this quickly. We're gonna go outside afterwards and see the dormer extension because we're doing a rear extension at the back here and then the dormer extension upstairs. Listen, in the last month, this is mad progress. Crazy, it's looking good, man, looking good. How did they get upstairs? Yo! Alright, Clinton, how did you get upstairs? Did you climb the ladder? Yeah, go out. Oh, honestly, man, if I'm being honest, my views of development have changed massively over the past 6 months. Our plan was, we really wanted to scale the HMO thing, but I think when you're looking at all the changes that's happening with the government, development's has changed massively, man. Buying properties, it's not the same way that it was. You know, I think for us, we wanted to get to like 10 HMOs, but we're just really thinking, and I think seeing on social media as well, it seems like a lot of people who are doing developments, a lot of people are pivoting, and I completely understand why, because even doing this, yeah, cool, it's great that you might be doing a 3-bed to an 8-bed, and you know, you might be seeing the potential profits that you could be making, but the way HMOs are, even buying properties in general, it's not the same, man, it's not the same. Obviously, there's a lot of mistakes that we made from our previous projects, and with this one, we've definitely learned from those mistakes. However, if I look at the current HMO that we've got getting on with that one, spent over 100,000 on developments. Now I'm looking at the property now, I've got tenants like chopping and changing, a lot of tenants. Yes, they want to move in, but then they move out. So like, it's not even fully filled. And then you spent £100,000 on a property and it's still not fully filled. When I compare that to a rent-to-rent project, fair enough, I don't own it, but I might have spent £7,000-8,000 on a property and you're making just as much as a property that you spend £100,000 on. So I think it just has to make sense, man. And honestly, bro, I'm not in the thing of just trying to buy a property just because it looks good on social media. Everything has to make sense. And I can't lie, the way that the UK government is moving right now, buying properties is not the same. I feel like the UK government are deliberately making it harder for landlords to buy properties, to put them off. And those that do own properties, the UK government want to put things in place so that they sell it. And I don't think it's a surprise the fact that so many banks are now buying properties, because I think the way the world is going right now, banks are going to be the ones that are majority owners of these properties. So all these people online that complain about properties, saying properties investors this, properties investor that, Listen, there's gonna come a time, trust me, when the banks are owning majority. So your actual landlord is not gonna be a normal person. Your actual landlord is gonna be a flipping company, bro. A bigger company, bro. So I think if there's one thing I realized about property, man, you have to be able to adapt. You can't just stick to one strategy. What, 6 months ago, we thought we wanted to scale up with the HMO thing, and now we're going to another business. Kind of still property related, but going to another business. So this is what I'm saying. I think if people are not willing to adapt, then you are going to get left behind. You are going to struggle. You have to know when to pivot. Oh, man. Try. Welcome to my life. So yeah, this is the Dormer extension. Bomba. Try. Bomba.
Or put it in the corner. If you put it in the corner.
Well, all of us are going to the lady's house. There can't be 6 of us, 4 black guys and 1 white guy in the house, bro. They're gonna be scared, bro. They're gonna be scared, man. Okay, cool. So right now, we're gonna go speak to the neighbor. So obviously, as I mentioned before, there's been issues for a while with the neighbor. So I don't know how many of us are gonna go inside because I think it looks a bit mad. We're just trying to come to some resolution. These are the things that happen with property development. Like whether you affect something to do with the neighbor or you affect someone to do down the road or like builders, like there's always somebody that's going to get upset when it comes to property development. Now, in general, the neighbours have been completely fine with us obviously doing the projects. However, when the issues persist, that's obviously when the complaints come in. We're not against sorting out what needs to be done. I guess we just have to see in it. So I think, man, I know a lot of people, man, every time I speak to a lot of people, I know BRRs is what a lot of people want to get into, man, but I think it's just super important that people see it's not just the highs that with BRRs, yeah, cool, you might take a rundown property, add value to it, get a decent refinance, but that whole process isn't the same way that it was like 10 years ago. And I think things are really, really changing with every single strategy. That's why it's really important to make sure you know what you're doing so that you don't make costly mistakes, man, because even with stuff like this, bro, every single week, man, it might be 6,000 here, 7,000 here, this, that. You know, so many different things are creeping up, man, but this is the world of property development, man. Just make sure you know what you're doing before you get into it. I think we're probably not going to go inside. There's already 3 of them already inside, so I guess we don't want to scare them with having too many people. It's a difficult one, man. It's a difficult one because we've done what we could do, but sometimes these things are out of your control, innit? So now it's just about finding a middle ground to make everyone happy, man. But we'll see what the outcome is. Everybody obviously wants money in some capacity, so money talks at the end of the day, man. So when it comes to problems like this, it's money that they want, man. They want some more money towards something, and obviously that will help them. But yeah, man, it doesn't make sense. Like, you spend all that money only for your property to not be filled, and then you don't even know how much you're going to be making, and then it's pretty much going to be affecting your mortgage. You're not having to put in your own pocket. So then you think, like, what's really the point? Like, because when you actually deep it, yeah, yes, cool, buying a property is nice when you think of the long term, but there are so many other businesses and things that you can do to actually generate consistent cash flow. So that's what I'm saying. When people are buying property, just think of it for the long term. Don't even think of it for the next 5 years. Like, think of the next 20, 30 years. And I think that's the only way that you're not gonna, you know, stress yourself out, man. And I think this is the thing with HMOs as well, because our first property, we done it in Huddersfield. It wasn't exactly next to the city centre. I think this is what my advice will be to people who are buying properties that want to convert it to HMOs. It really needs to be as close to the city centre as possible, because what we're finding right now is tenants have a choice. Like, tenants have more choice than ever. With a lot more landlords making products like HMOs, there are a lot more options available for tenants, a lot more rooms on the market. So if a tenant had the option to choose a property that was right next to the city centre, or choose a property that was 15 minutes from the city centre, chances are they'll choose one that's literally right in the city centre, because it makes their life easier. And I guess that's why property development is better in London, because obviously with London, fair enough, the house prices are going to be higher. The valuation, obviously increase the square foot. The valuation is obviously going to be significantly higher, but also at the same time, demand is super high as well, man. So that's fine. Things have changed actually so much when you actually think about jobs as well. Like, everybody wanted their kids to be doctors, lawyers, this is that. But when you actually deep it, like, being in the trades is actually something that's so key, man. And when obviously you think of all the things that AI and all these stuff are there, man, being in the trades is something that's not going to be replaced, man. I can't lie, man, it's really overlooked, and I think a lot of people are really changing their tune towards it, man. When it comes to like raising finance as well, I feel like on social media, everyone really talks about raising finance, but who you take money from is important, man. Be careful who you accept money from, because see so many people, yeah, who get into situations when they're borrowing from one person to pay back the other person, to borrow to another person to pay back the other person. I understand that debt can be good if utilised well, but you really need to be careful, man. And I think this is the mistake so many people get into when they want to get into property development. And we have to learn the hard way. We have to learn the hard way in terms of overspending and stuff like that. My advice to everyone, man, don't put all your eggs in one basket, man. As beautiful as property development looks, don't put all your eggs in one basket, man. Even with rent to rent, I advise my mentees, diversify. Once you get to a certain number of properties, learn to diversify. It minimises your risk, because bro, the government can come out with anything, man. We've already seen what's happening with the Renters Reform Bill, how it's making it more difficult for landlords, man. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. We're gonna have to sort out pay an extra, what? Probably like an extra 1,000, 2,000 probably, to sort out the whole thing. You can see a gap here. There was a small gap through the bricks, and obviously when it was raining, it went into the neighbour's wall. The neighbours originally wanted us to like strip off the wallpaper and everything, but again, that wallpaper's been there, I think, for 50 years. So if you're gonna strip back wallpaper from 50 years, you're gonna end up finding more mess. With HMOs, there's so many factors that you gotta think about. You have to think about, is it near a university? Is it near the city centre? Is it outside Article 4? And in a lot of areas where there's Article 4, where the government are restricting the amount of HMOs in a specific area, it tends to be the properties that are not in Article 4, where it's easy to convert, they're outside the city centre, yeah, because the government don't mind that. But in the city centre, they really want to try and control that. So that means what you're finding is where there should be demand, there's not as much demand, which is why it's easier to find a 2-bed in near the city centre and make that into a 4-bed. You've already got a property where there's a mad amount of traffic, where there's a mad amount of demand, where you're close to so many things. So think about it, renting it is going to be easy.
Bro, he was ready to shoot.
Is it? Who gave in?
His wife. His wife was very, very relaxed. But he just came in ready to just, fight everyone. What we're going to do now is just get a smaller size.
Smaller size what?
Dehumidifier.
But the agreement's still to wallpaper on top of the wallpaper?
Oh yeah, that's that.
Okay, cool.
They're fucking annoying, bro. Like, I'm like, well, I'm trying to give you a solution.
Yeah, he wants money.
He's
the woman doesn't want money.
All of these are good size, to be honest. What's the from the
I
one?
feel like this one is a good size. This room here.
Compared to the one up there? That's like a flipping prison cell, bro. But I think you got to remember, it has mad demand here, innit? So people are not going to be too fussy, as long as it just looks livable and nice. It's still going to rent out.
Unless you build it out, but then you're going to cut into the sink.
Boy. Wow.
Yeah, this is a good one. Small, isn't it?
It's 2.4, so it should be fine. Standing height. Wow, this is massive.
Yeah. What's the prison cell?
That. Imagine that, you're better than that.
There's nothing we can do. It's too late.
You know,
Can we put a boiler in there?
you can, but you don't want to put it in the bathroom.
If anything happens, they have to go through someone's bedroom and that.
You're probably better off putting the boiler in there and putting the cylinder under the stairs.
I forgot there was someone upstairs, you know. I was thinking, fuck, we're getting robbed.
Callum, are you like the biggest company in this area? Because I was speaking to one of your lads. He said he just came from college and you picked him up as that.
He's straight fresh from college, yeah?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good.
I can't lie, you do good, man. You do a good job. You guys are quick.
Don't say that, don't say that.
Yeah, lie.
They'll all still rent out, to be honest, man. But there's a lady for furnishing from Wayfair, and she was like, whatever we want to order, let her know if she can think of a plan for this whole place. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Hope you saw and enjoyed a realistic day in my life. As always, make sure you like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already.